Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Was the Savior of Two Worlds? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, the other world will be my own fictional world that I have created. So yeah, I will explain as much as possible in details the world that Naruto will be going to in the story as the story progresses. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well, and stay tuned, there will be a story uploaded there shortly after this one. So yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of them. And without any further ado, I'm so excited for this. Let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato on October 10th in nighttime. It was supposed to be a peaceful night in Konoha, but it turned out to be their worst nightmare when an unidentified man invaded the village, especially the place where, in a secluded area, a procedure was being carried out. You see, tonight was the night in which a woman's pregnancy was due, and she had to give birth to her children that she was going to have. That woman was none other than Kushina Uzumaki, the wife of the fourth Hokage of the said village, Minato Namikaze. Everything was going peacefully and with ease until this masked person appeared just after the birth was completed and the children were born. He killed each and every one of the women, nurses, except for the Jinchuriki there. And now we see he was currently being confronted by Minato, as Kushina was clutching her children close to her chest, Mito Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Children with red and yellow mop of hair, with blue eyes, and two whisker marks on each side of their cheek. Minato, be careful. I will be. Identify yourself. Before what, Minato? Before I have to engage. Because you have already become a threat. That I may be. What do you want? I want the Jinchuriki of the Kyubi no Yoko. And if you want your children to get out of here safely, then you would do as I say. As suddenly, from the shadows, a man erupted from the ground and grabbed one of the child as Kushina, eyes widened, and sword in Minato's. Kushina! No! Naruto! Yelled out Kushina, as now we see the man was holding the child as the shadow, as soon as he appeared, disappeared back into the ground. Minato gritted his teeth as Kushina was terrified and mortified at this, as a kunai was pointed towards the child's neck, as the man behind the mask then said, "Now you have only one choice. Either your child dies or you hand over the Jinchuriki. You'd have no other choice except for that. So how about we make this exchange? Minato, I'm fine. Just let me go with him." "No, Kushina. God knows what he will do." "We have to save our child first. You will come find me. I know that for sure." As Minato agreed to this, as now fast forward 30 minutes later, we see the children were secured in a secluded location, but Minato regretted everything because his wife was in a critical condition, being treated by Tsunade Senju and Jiraiya, two of the legendary Sannin who were nearby in the village. Once they felt the chakra, they dashed and rushed to their side. In the meanwhile, Minato was taking care of the masked person, while Hiruzen Sarutobi, the Sandaime Hokage who had retired after passing the hat to Minato, had taken the charge of the men at the front line, holding or delaying the inevitable that the Biju was marching towards their home to end them. But as soon as Jiraiya and Tsunade arrived, the odds were evened out a little bit, as now we see Tsunade had seen Kushina in this state and tried her best to help her out, and it was helping because she was using the 100 healing marks. And on the other side, Jiraiya was with Minato, who was wounded somewhat as well. "Sensei, we have to use that seal. The cursed one." "No! I have devised a new seal. Allow me to do the sealing. We will need Naruto and Mito both. Where are they?" As now we see, Minato arrived back at home to take his children, but once he did, he found that his son was taken. "What? Naruto? Where is he?" "He's with me," said a man from the shadow as his eyes glowed behind the mask. You again." As I said, I will take what I came here for." "Damn it, then just take the Biju away." "But I can't do that. You see, I have a vendetta against this village." Damn you to hell." As Minato charged, and somehow fought the man off and took his child back and arrived with both children safely at the battlefield. As soon as he did, we see that Jiraiya then asked, "What took you so long?" "No time to explain, we have to hurry. What is this new seal?" And after Jiraiya was done with preparing a seal on Mito, something happened. As Naruto was grabbed by the man, as he casted a hand seal of his own, and using his dojutsu, which was seemingly looking like a Sharingan, he opened a portal and threw the child in. As the portal closed, we see the man laughed and then said, "You will never be able to find your child. You should have taken my deal when I gave it to you. And now your child is forever lost." Kushina's eyes widened as she was witnessing this. Minato was also seeing this as well. As the man disappeared with a hollow laughter, we see that Jiraiya was the one who was able to brought out of his stupider because Biju was still charging, and Gamabunta yelled at them, "Broke out of that phase of yours. You can mourn later. We have to deal with the Biju, or otherwise there will be left nothing to mourn for." As now we see, Jiraiya then made the hand seals and sealed away the Biju inside young Mito Uzumaki no Mikaze. But there was no cheer or laughter. There was no joy of this victory. Just pain. Pain for the family who have lost their young child. "No, we have to find him." "Anbus!" yelled out Minato. "Search if you have to search, even under rocks across the whole elemental nation, even if the seas you have to search. Just bring me my son back." "Hi! Disperse!" As immediately they did as they were ordered to do. Well, now we go towards Naruto. In a planet in a different galaxy far, far away, we see the portal opened in a huge bright white temple in front of a golden statue. As the light died down, we see a child was there in a cloth. As an old man with a metallic white staff with golden linings then appeared there. He had grey eyes as he was witnessing this event in front of him. Great priest, what do you think? Nero-sama has blessed us with a hero, his champion." As he closed his eyes and then smiled, "He has a job here, a duty here, so that he is sent here far away from his home." "What do you mean by that?" "I'll bring this child to the King Leonidas. Tell him that I need an audience." As the high priest then picked up the child, as now we see, this world was visible to Naruto's eyes for the first time as the young baby boy opened his eyes. "Quite the curious one, are you not?" said the high priest with a smile on his face. As he began to walk with his staff with one arm holding on to Naruto, Naruto witnessed that they were huge metal soldiers piloted by men who were holding on to huge spears, shields, and swords. And not only that, it was so huge. There was people walking left and right with blonde, brown, and black hair. And it was harmonic and peaceful. The huge beings were made out of metal were also flying. And the whole village was so beautiful. Canals were of clean water in which fish ran freely was going throughout the whole kingdom. And in the center heart was a huge castle made out of white bricks and golden lining. As soon as the old priest entered through the huge door, we see a man wearing a white robe with red cloak was seated there. He had blonde hair and blue eyes as well, with palish white skin. Next to him was a woman known as Gyaya, his wife. She also had blonde hair and greenish eyes. As next to them was their older daughter, Matilda, who had the features of both her mother and her father. She was at least 5 years of age. As the great priest then bowed, "Rise your head, great priest. It is no job or duty of yours to bow down in front of me. You're still as kind as ever, King Leonidas. I bring to you the champion of Nero, sent here from far away from his home." "From where?" "Far away. Across the galaxy, at least." "What? Are you sure?" "Yes, I am. Nero-sama told me themselves." As Leonidas' eyes widened, as he looked towards the child, who looked at him and smiled, holding on to his finger that he has brought to cross the cheek of the child. As he smiled, "He looks like one of mine." As young Matilda then jumped from her throne and dashed towards the baby. Can I hold him? Of course, child. As that is when something interesting happened. As by fate it seems, Matilda then said, Naruto. What? His name is Naruto, isn't he? As the great priest then said, Of course, princess, it is. Nero-sama told me themselves. As Leonidas was quite taken aback by that. But why would Nero-sama send a child here? I told you about a prophecy, didn't I? Yes, you did. But I thought that we have averted that. It seems not so. The child of prophecy has arrived. But we must keep it in a hush. We will. It is by decree that the words that are spoken here shall never be mentioned outside this throne room. Is that clear? Yes, came the voice of unison in soldiers as well as everyone who was attendee there. I will watch over that child, Grand Priest, and I will personally watch over his training and teachings, if that is okay. As now this was interesting, the old Grand Priest has been the sought-out teacher in the whole kingdom, but never he has ever taken a student except for Leonidas himself, and now he was interested in teaching this child. Are you sure about this? Sensei, of course I am, my dear student. Alright then, it is my responsibility, then he will stay with me and my family. It is decided then. As now we see, time began to pass by, as young Naruto grew up with them. As 10 years have already went by, as Naruto, through Matilda, had made a lot of friends. Leo, the son of Duke Winchester, brother of Leonidas, was also Naruto's best friend, and ate. Prince-sama, where are you going? You have to go and see those mechs that are being piloted now. I want to see where Dad's is. You mean the Leo one? Yes, Leo. The one you're named after. I really want to see that as well, but still we shouldn't do this. Jeez, come on, don't be such a wuss. Matilda One-sama will be mad. As Naruto flinched, yeah, I guess you're right. Matilda has reached of an age where she was piloting a mech already. Her own. Known as the Pink Princess, because it was pink, but neon one, with silver linings and black blades. It was a dual sword wielder, and quite a fast one at that. As that is when Naruto was passing by through all of the mechs, he found the one that he was searching for. This is it, Leo. The one you're named after. It was a huge mech. On center of its chest was a huge lion mark, as it was white with golden linings on it, like a royal fortress of its own. As it sat down there on a throne, its sword between its leg, as it was placed, piercing the earth, straight forward. As its hands were resting on the hilt of the sword. It's amazing, said Naruto, as Leo also nodded. I can't believe this. Father told me that it was a sight to behold, but I don't know why we have never seen it. Father says that it is only to be used in desperate measures and desperate measures alone. It seems that they haven't arisen, but I have heard that the Demon King is rising soon, and the demons are swarming in nearby. And then there are the Galacticos. Those space vermin monsters? Yes. That race, I thought that it went extinct. No, Naruto-sama, it hasn't. I thought so as well from the stories that Father has told me about, but it's true. The Galacticos are alive out there, and they can invade at any time. Father says that they might be nearing the nest nearby our planet, and if things come to push and shove, we might be looking at wars from both sides. This is not good. It could end up in the destruction of our kingdom, our home, said Naruto with a clenched fist. As that is when Naruto then said, we don't need to worry about that now. Yes, you're right, but we should get out of here. I'm worried if Matilda One-sama finds out about this, or what if King Leonidas found out about this? Father won't, and neither would sister. All we have to do is sneak back. Let's see where she is. As both of them sneaked deeper inside the stable in which the mechs were placed, we see that Naruto came face to face in front of a mech in which a dragon crest was placed on the chest, with red glowing diamond-like eyes. It was a complete black mech as well, Naruto was shocked. It had a sword on which teeth like a chainsaw were placed, and not only that, on its back shoulder were two cannons, and its arm also had two claw-like blades that were extending from each side. And it looked like a quite heavy mech as well, much more than Leo itself. What is this? Oh my god, I can't believe it. I thought it was a myth. What do you mean by that? Nobody has ever seen this, right? What do you mean by that, Leo? Just explain to me. Haven't you heard about the Black Bahamut? The dragon? Yes. It is said that the mech was just nothing more than a myth. When the Galacticos arrived, it is said that in the legend that this mech was used by the previous hero, our ancestor, to save us. Your ancestor, Naruto-sama. Really? As Naruto placed a hand on the mech, suddenly something happened. As the mech began to steam and something from within opened, revealing its chest cavity. And the staircase came down. I think we should leave. Come on inside. Let's see what we can do. I'm not going. Then I will. No, you shouldn't, said Leo. I'll go warn the others. You don't have to. I'm going. Seriously, Naruto-sama, you're asking for trouble at this point. As Naruto stepped inside the mech. As soon as he did, Naruto was sitting inside the chest cavity on a seat. Huh. As he saw the helmet above, just to pretend to it, after wearing off his curiosity, we see Naruto wore it, and then something happened. He wore the gloves as well, as if by fate itself. The mech extended, as suddenly the needles of the mech injected themselves into Naruto's shoulder as well as back, and into legs, as Naruto hissed in pain, but suddenly the sedative was injected, numbing the pain easily and healing himself. As Naruto then noticed that he was being synchronized with the mech itself as well. As Naruto's eyes, which were blue, then were giving a red hue, as Naruto then said, "Rise, Bahamut." As the armor closed, and suddenly the mech came to life, standing there. In the meantime, Leo had warned the others. Leonidas was watching over his daughter, and her practicing with her the pink princess armor. As soon as they heard the news, they arrived there, and suddenly heard the rumbling. As Naruto was standing outside, we see that Leonidas was taken aback. The Bahamut! It's awoken! But was it always there? Wait, who is controlling it? Said Leonidas, as much as he was shocked, was quite afraid to know that if it has fallen into the enemy's hands. But that is when he noticed that Leo spoke. It's Naruto-sama. He's the one who ventured inside. As that is when the great sage appeared, using the celestial mech of its own, which had a holy cross and the white robes around it, and placed a hand on the Bahamut's chest, calming it down. As soon as the Bahamut calmed down, we see that the chest cavity opened, as Naruto fell out, as Leonidas grabbed him immediately, and he was taken to the bed, and the medics were called. As Naruto woke up, we see that his father was looking at him with worriness alongside his mother. Yeah. Naruto, my dear boy, why did you go inside there? You know it is dangerous, and you were forbidden from entering there. I got curious, mother. I apologize. It's alright, son. I know the curiosity got the better of you. But make sure that this doesn't happen. You have synchronized with that mech, and now it belongs to you. That is much as I can say. But I'm not gonna say that I'm not worried about you, because it is said that in the midst that the mech has brought down the legends to its knees, turning them into mental monster who crave nothing more than blood. Bahamut is nothing more than a vicious monster that was created to fight off the Demon Lord and the Galacticos. You should be very wary of them. And of this mech. But now that it is bonded, you have to learn to control and manifest its power. You can't be serious, Leonidas. He's just a child. Yeah. As a king, and as his father, I am proud that he is able to control it. But, as you said, he's just a child. So I'm not putting a lot of expectations in this. All I am saying is, just be careful. Because I know, once the bond has been created between a mech and the user, there's nothing we can do. As Matilda then said, "You idiot! You know, I almost thought I lost you," she said as her lips quivered, as she hugged her brother close. as both Leonidas and his wife then chuckled at this. It seems that G- young Matilda is quite fond of her brother, isn't she? As Leo chuckled at that as well, as Matilda then blushed and said, "Of course I am. He is my brother. Not by blood, but still he is. And he's kind of cute, you know. I don't want him to go out and die like this, doing something stupid." As the priest looked at this with a smile and then frowned. "Leonidas, a moment of your time, please." "Yes, Grand Priest. What is it?" "You do know that the child is sent here by Nero-sama. It is a sign that the war is soon approaching. Take it as a sign. It is a no joke, because Bahamut has been found and operated by Naruto, and the bond has been created. Sooner or later, Naruto will be the one leading the war, and making sure that we are the one victorious. And to make sure that it does happen, we have to start his training. And I have told you, the fate of not only our world, but his own world rests on his shoulders. After his work here is done, he will be sent there, alongside with Bahamut. But, said Leonidas, he is my son. Even if you come to see him as son, you and I both know that he is needed there. His real family is still searching. Nero-sama talks to me, and has made a contact with me, contacted another man to me, of that world. He's known as the Sage of the Sixth Path, a man who has died long ago. Nothing more than a ghost, but he is also the one who has prophesied this, that the child of prophecy will save not only ours, but theirs world as well. And I have talked to him as well, and he has requested that the world of theirs is also shifting fastly, as is ours. So he needs to hurry. I will. I'll make sure he starts his training. And so for the next upcoming years, Naruto trained as he reached at the age of 15. And the signs of war beginning has erupted. The Demon King has returned as the demon have been acting up. As Naruto was currently training with Matilda, as Naruto was piloting Bahamut while Matilda was piloting her own mech. As now we see their father using the Leonidas arrived there. Both of you returned to the castle. Barriers are about to be erupted. What is going on, father? The inevitable, son. They have come. Galactios has come. What? As Naruto witnessed up above the sky, huge amount of species in white color with tentacle-like octopus on their back, mouth open like white sharks with sharp teeth, and eyes like a serpent were arriving from space at blinding speeds. And not only that, they have extended their mouths as screeched, causing many people to go deaf, and then using their sonic beam breath that they used, they begin to disintegrate Earth, eating it and consuming its vitality. "We have to fight back," said Naruto, as suddenly he sensed and felt something from within his mech, the rage. And suddenly, Naruto then said, "I have to go." "No, wait!" Naruto yelled out, "Leonidas, protect my sister and the kingdom, father. I have a duty to do," said Naruto in a deeper tone, as Leonidas stopped, because he knew that Bahamut was the one speaking through Naruto. "Let us go, my pilot," said a voice to him, and suddenly, using the Jet Thruster, Naruto dashed into the air, extending his blade, chainsaw-like blade. Naruto's blade began to rotate, and begin to cut through each and every one of them at blinding speed, leaving a red blur behind him. And then he halted, as his shoulder cannons came in front of them, and then erupted with laser blasters, blasting through them. And suddenly, Naruto and Bahamut's eyes glowed red, as Naruto then said, "Balance breaker." As suddenly Bahamut began to transform into a metallic black dragon, as it roared, soaring through the sky, using its beam sonic breath of its own that could only be used in this metallic dragon-like state. It began to disintegrate all of them. As soon as it was done, we see the big Galactica, the queen of the heave, arrived. The only difference between it was that it had golden scaly-like eyes and texture. As Naruto began to fight through it, we see Naruto was hit directly with that beam, causing his armor to shut down for a moment, as Naruto was able to activate it before falling face first to the ground, and then stood his ground as well. As Naruto witnessed that Bahamut was entering his second stage, the final stage. You see, the mechs were designed so much that the basic stage would be the one in which the training would be done. The first stage would be the one once became intermediate, and the final stage would be the one once master it. Naruto and the others were shocked because it was transforming. That means that it was only in the first phase, and Naruto was using and learning through the first phase. The final phase has just erupted, as instead of a black huge metal hunk, it was a black metal knight that was standing there, with a blade that was similar to the previous one, but in a form of a long sword, similar to Excalibur, but with black accents with red linings in it. As now we see Naruto with glowing red eyes behind his mask of the knight, dashed in blinding speed, and then jumped into the air as metallic wings, similar to that of dragon, appeared, behind which the jet thrusters activated as he went into the air, blindingly fast, as using his katana, which was glowing with steaming hot red. Naruto used a slash that was visible as an energy beam shot out of the core of the Bahamut in its final form, and so the queen was killed, with its neck being cleaved off, as it disintegrated as soon as it was killed. As Naruto then landed Bahamut, as Naruto was on his knees in Bahamut as well, its sword stabbed into the ground, one knee on the ground while the other supporting his body, as the armor was halted, as Naruto was panting within. That took quite a lot out of me. The battle is not done, said a voice, as it was Leonidas. The Demon King has appeared, as the Demon King, which was a skeletal figure like a leech, was coming in front of them with a black orb in its hand. Leonidas, we meet once again, and this time, champion of Nero, you will die. I am no longer the champion. My son is. As Naruto stood in Bahamut's final form, it can't be. It was written in the midst that nobody can unlock the Bahamut's final form. How are you able to? You talk too much. As suddenly, Naruto blitzed passed by, releasing huge amount of blue energy mixing with red. It was his chakra. As the Grand Priest, who was piloting his own mech, the Celestial Mech, was also there, standing. It's amazing. The power of the both worlds combining as one. As using Naruto's sword, Naruto then called out the move, Excalibur, Total Judgment. As he slammed the sword into the ground, huge amount of thunder boomed from the sky, and lightning elemental jutsus erupted as a huge lightning dragon appeared in the sky. Kirin! Naruto yelled out on instinct. As soon the earth shook as nothing more than destruction was left, and a huge gaping hole was left behind. The Demon King alongside its army with a single attack were wiped out. As finally Bahamut was on its knees, both of them, holding and supporting its weight with the blade that has been engulfed into the earth. As Naruto was close to passing out, we need to hurry. He's going to pass out. Erupt the barriers, as Leonidas dashed alongside with his daughter, and soon the Grand Priest as well. But before they could reach, a golden light emerged as Leonidas and Matilda were both stopped by the Grand Priest. It is time. What do you mean by that? He needs our help. It is time. I told you, Leonidas. Remember. It is time to bid farewell. He will return when he needs to. But he is needed somewhere now. Not here. What do you mean by that, Grand Priest? I can't let him leave. Not like this. As, using her hand, she erupted a tracker and threw it at Naruto. As it engulfed into Bahamut, alongside with Bahamut, the tracker disappeared as well. Matilda, what have you done? Said the Grand Priest. I placed a tracker. I will take the ship. I don't care how many days, years, or even eons it takes. I will find him. I will go through the process of immortality. No, you won't, said Leonidas. Naruto is needed somewhere else. As much as it pains to see me say this, he has returned back to his original home. This is his home, father. It was. And as the Grand Priest said, he's needed somewhere else, not here. That was the deal that Nero-sama made with that man, to bring the child of prophecy here to save us. Now we must part. I won't. I will bring my brother back. I will bring my Naruto back. While on the other side, we go towards the elemental nation, where we see, over the course of past 15 years, Kona has gone through a lot of things. A lot of close close calls, such as wars about to erupt with other villages, Orochimaru's attack, and finally, the Akatsuki. But never have they thought that they would be dealing with the Otsutsuki clan who were roaming around nearby. As now we see, Minato and Kushina and Mito were celebrating in all of this mess that was going on in their world, the birthday of Mito and of their passed away son, Naruto. They searched for 15 years, tirelessly, across the whole elemental nation, leaving no stone unturned. But they have found nothing. Nothing that could connect them with their son. No trace of him. Their son had vanished. As suddenly, as if they were mourning, the door slammed. Madly. Who is it? It's me, Sensei. You need to come see this. All of you. As now we see, the three of them arrived in Training Ground 7, where Kakashi pointed towards a huge crater in which a huge machine made out of metal was laying, a humanoid one, as its chest cavity was open, and inside it was a man. A man who was quite visibly similar to Mito and Minato. It can't be. Tsunade-sama, call Tsunade-sama and tell her to bring in a DNA test kit. As Mito was taken aback and Kushina as well. They couldn't hear anything or anyone. They were frozen. A ringing sound was heard in their ears. Could it be? They had hope. Finally, after 15 years, they had hope. And suddenly, Tsunade appeared, and seeing what was going on, she without a trace did what Minato called her to do, and took the samples and returned. I will give the report in the evening, after confirming of test again and again. In the meantime, bring him to the clinic. As soon as Naruto was about to be taken, we see Bahamut didn't let him. As suddenly mechanical sound was heard as the chest cavity closed before they could take out the boy. As suddenly it began to disappear, and suddenly Naruto was back there out again. Unbeknownst to everyone, Bahamut in the final state used nanotechnology, now bewitching inside Naruto's blood on its own, making sure that no one besides his partner, the pilot, will be able to control or use him. As Naruto was taken to the hospital, now we see he was being treated because of fatigue and chakra exhaustion. There were chakra coils in them, so it was evident that this could be Naruto. It was already night time as the council meeting was raging on because they wanted to know what that metal thing was and who this boy was that resembled him. It could be your son, Minato, said Hiruzen. I know. I just hope that it is. It is. As the door slammed open, I confirmed this test 150 times, and each and every time the result is the same. He is Naruto. He is your son. While on the other side, we go towards Naruto, where we see him having a talk with the Grand Priest in his dream. Are you telling me the truth? Said the younger Naruto. Yes, Naruto. You were brought here, and we found you here in a bright light, in front of Niro-sama. You are a blessing, child, by them, to us. Your home is somewhere far away, and one day you will be called there. So if someday I wake up in a different place that is not our kingdom, I need to calm down and say that it is home? Of course, if it isn't our planet, then yes. It's quite confusing. As Naruto's eyes opened after the dream ended, only to find a man that resembled him, and a girl that resembled him completely, but only different being red hair. As she was looking at Naruto with quite a shocked expression as well. You're awake. Yes, I am, said Naruto. Thanks to the tech of that world, Naruto could understand and use the sample of the language to use as its own. Said Naruto as the language settled in. What's your name? Naruto. I only know my name. I know that the sage of the sixth path and Niro-sama had a deal, and I was sent to another world. And I think I have returned back to my home? Yes, you have, my son, said a red-headed woman as Naruto was hugged in a tight hug. As Naruto was taken aback by this. Wait, so you're my mother and father? And who are you? I am your older sister, you idiot. As Naruto began to laugh, he was quite shocked that how much jinxed his life was. He had a sister there, and a mother and a father who were loving. Similarly here, he also had a sister and a mother and father. Where have you been, Naruto? On a planet far away from here. The planet was seemingly similar to this one, but much more advanced. What was that metal thing? Oh, it's Bahamut, my mech that I can control. It's bounded with me, so yes, I can use it. Bahamut. As suddenly Naruto's hand began to crawl, as particles began to erupt from his skin and cover his hand into metal. It seemingly looked painful, but it wasn't. Wasn't it? No, it's not. If it is, it's not painful at all. Nanotechnology, huh? Who would have thought? As Minato was impressed. You're a warrior or a soldier? Yes. I am a knight of a kingdom. I was raised by the king of that planet, Leonidas. My teacher was the great sage, the great grand priest of the temple in which I was found. So you're like a prince then? In a sense, you can say that I have lived like that, sister. But I have returned home, I guess. Because I am needed here now. It's just that I wish that I had a time and chance to say goodbye. As now we see, Naruto then began to familiarize himself there, and he was quite shocked at how backward the society was. So he thought for a bit and helped them with the basic necessities, like the barrier system, as well as the light, as well as the other necessities that were needed. And the village was already now grateful instead of skeptical as they were before. And Dance and the elders had no complaints because the technology, such as the barrier system, was quite perfect for them. Naruto made sure that he tested them out. Even Bahamut couldn't even hardly puncture it because using Bahamut's technology, Naruto has developed it as well. The ultimate barrier of Konoha. And soon enough, the others begin to find out about this through the leaks, as the Minato Namikaze's child has returned. And not only that, he has brought quite technology with him. So much so that even the Snow Country was nothing in front of it. The barrier of Konoha was the identification of that. But more than anything, Naruto missed his home, and seemingly was quite shocked that there have been quite a lot of wars that has been going on here. But more than ever, these new Otsutsuki that were a threat. As everything was peaceful as before we see, suddenly they appeared. Tried to go and invade Konoha, but they couldn't, as Naruto, using Bahamut in his final state, appeared with his blade in his hand. I, Prince Naruto, from the kingdom and from Konoha, order you to stand down. You, child, are playing with gods here. I have killed those who think of themselves as gods. You're nothing more than false ones, so you will die. Well, you leave me no choice. As Naruto's blade reddened again, as he grabbed the hilt and slashed upwards. Excalibur, Divine Judgment! As a surrounding area was chosen, and then, from the sky, a huge lightning dragon appeared, and not only it had 3 heads this time around. Naruto's chakra was much more potent this time because he was in a chakra-filled world, not in a world where chakras didn't exist, and his chakra was the only source that was growing out as he exhausted it. And even then, the 3-headed dragon that caused destruction in front of Konoha left such a huge crater that a huge lake was created there. And the Otsutsukis all were wiped out clean. They tried to place the karma mark, but before even they could do that, they were wiped out. Nothing could be done, as everyone was shocked and terrified. Such power. With a single strike, it was taken down. This is the power of the Bahamut, huh? Naruto spoke of. And as soon as it was done, we see Naruto felt weakened again. It still drains a lot of power. What do you think, partner? Of course it would, you idiot. What do you expect? What? Sister? Said Naruto. It's me, Matilda. I left a tracker on you. Finally able to get through you once you used Bahamut for once. It's been a year. Where have you been? I've been in Konoha, on elemental nations. I know. As that is when Naruto then said, the signal is quite low here. I don't understand how am I able to... We're across the universe, Naruto. The whole universe. I see, so I'm trapped here. Kind of stuck here, huh? Yeah, I guess you are, but we'll find a way. No, you don't need to waste resources. I just wish that I had said goodbye. I already knew, sister, that I was not from there. I had a job here as well. Well, that is where you're wrong, my son, said the Grand Priest. For you see, Niro-sama and Kamiyami Shinigami have come to a conclusion and an agreement. And that is that you are the first one to allow to walk free in between two worlds. And will be a bridge and ambassador for both of them. Both of us. As Naruto's eyes widened. Wait, really? Yes. You are, after all, the savior of two worlds, Naruto. A fitting title to you, don't you think? I don't know, geez. As now we see, Naruto was soon surrounded by his own people, Konoha's people, and suddenly a door appeared in front of Naruto, and from there, huge mechs walked out. And Minato could see a man with golden hair and blue eyes that could seemingly look like his older brother. The only difference that he had a beard and he didn't. And then a woman walked behind them with golden brown hair and green eyes, and their daughter as well, who lunged at Naruto and grabbed him, as Mito took offense to that with a frown. He's my brother. Get your paws out of him. He's my brother. Calm down, both of you. Matilda Onesama, this is Kushina. Mito Onesama. And Mito Onesama, this is Matilda Onesama, my other sister. As both of them glared at one another, they liked their brother a little too much, as Kushina chuckled at this. Incest was, after all, normal in the clan, so yeah, she was okay with that. As for the king, Naruto wasn't related to them, so, in a sense, he was happy. Because he knew Naruto. Like his own son, as Gyaya was as well. And so, time passed on as the elemental nation and this new world, the kingdom, made an alliance, and a peace treaty between all of them was established. And all of them reaped the benefits from one another. Naruto obviously was now highly regarded as a high-profile officer of both sides, being the better half of both of the worlds. And not only that, he held the most powerful mech, even stronger than the king itself, the legendary Bahamut that he piloted himself. And now he was to be engaged to make sure the balance was created between two worlds, as Mito Uzumaki was chosen from Konoha, and from the kingdom it was Matilda, the daughter of Leonidas and Gyaya. And so, Naruto was quite taken aback by this, but he had to accept, leaving no other choice because both of them were mooning over him, because if he didn't accept the other, there will be hell. And so he didn't want that. And in the end, he had to give in and accept. As this is the end of the war and the beginning of the life of our troubled hero. But the end of the story, unfortunately. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And stay tuned for a short movie on Made Up What If as well. It will be uploaded after this one. And yeah, I think I did a nice, decent job for the first time I built a world on my own. What do you guys think? Do let me know if you want something like this in the future as well, like a fantasy world Naruto story or something. I don't know. I just begin to read books and thought it would be a nice idea. Anyways, enough said. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels and watch the other story as well after this one. As this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.